The end of the year is coming, and Eddie Murphy is coming back to America. Yesterday, Amazon Prime released images for the upcoming sequel. What are your thoughts? Have y'all seen the photos? And what is your funniest memory? Like, what's your favorite part of the first original film? I
So
hope y'all mess this up, though.
just let your soul glow. That and you can't. I mean, the opening dance sequence number of Coming to America is just one of those, big moments that everybody remembers. And I'm dying to know if they're going to do that again in the sequel. But I'm going to tell you something, Claudia and Al. I got some reservations, right? Hollywood is at this point now where they've just run out of creative ideas, and everything is about the whole revival, reboot, or sequel of some mess that was 20 years ago. I just don't want them to mess up a good thing trying to ride this wave of let's do a sequel. I'm nervous because I'm curious to know how they're going to advance the story 20 something years later with everybody looking like they got one foot in the grave and the other half looking dead.
Hold on, Q. Hold on. You think they look like they died?
I look like they got one foot in the grave and the rest of them look like they half passed. Okay. So, I'm just curious to know how all that's going to work out. But much homage to John Amos and James Earl Ray. I'm glad they're still with us in 2020 and come get them. But I'm just curious to know how this is going to play out.
But listen, Claudia, no, this I just can't let you talk about Coming to America like that, man. That played such a huge influence for me back in 1988. Like, in fact, if you go back to that clip that we have on James Earl Jones, that is exactly how I looked at my wedding. Like, I wore the tails. I had like the medallions, my dad's medallions around my neck.
Look how that turned out.
No, it turned out well. I look good. Let's not get it twisted.
Wait. You know what? We've talked about Coming to America. I want to talk about Al's wedding. Al's wedding. No. We ain't talking about Coming to America. We talk about you now. We talk about.
Okay, here we go.
Give us a tea on your wedding night. What's your favorite? What was the sex like?
Ooh, Claudia. Wait a minute. I might be put on the spot. I don't talk about my personal business like that, but I will tell you that if anybody was in attendance at that wedding, and Donald Trump was in attendance of that wedding, along with, you name a celebrity, or the Clintons were there.
You're not going to tell us about your sex.
I'm not going to tell you about the sex tonight, but I will tell you.
Was it good? Was it good?
The evening was incredible, and anybody that attended has to attest to the fact that every single thing about that wedding was absolutely beautiful and delightful, and it's incomparable.
It should be. She paid for it. Go ahead, Claudia.
Q, why are you trying to play us and not give us no tea?
Right. Because you got to pay for that.
Now, Al, we just want to know. You know what? I'm going to put a picture of you that you put us in our chat. I'm going to give it to the producers and see if we can get it in the next segment.
So you can messy tonight.
I want to show the world.
That's my OnlyFans page, so that's what's up.
I want to show the world what Star Jones got to experience that night. I was doing those little bikini bottom shorts. Okay, speaking of giving it to him, because of the quarantine, many of us have put on a lot of weight, except Al Reynolds, because I saw the body type.
That's right.
Yeah, Star Jones, y'all.
On a drunk night, Al could get it. Next story, go ahead.
Yeah, you better go to the next story, Claudia. You better go to the next story.
How would he get
it? But anyway, no, we do have to do this about Coming to America because.
No. We done with that. No. No. We told you what we want to hear about. You played us. So it's over. We're moving on. Look how red Al's getting right now.
I know. You guys know how to make me turn red. This is great.
Okay, look. All right, so our favorite celebrities have also put on weight, including Lizzo. Her fans are coming after the singer because she's a paid influencer to promote a smoothie and a weight loss product. Because Lizzo's always been a supporter of body positivity. They kind of had an issue with that. Take a look at this video where she talks about why she's repping a diet plan.
Girl, people just expect if you are doing something for health, you're doing it for like a dramatic weight loss. And that is not the case. In reality, November stressed me the out. I drank a lot. I ate a lot of spicy things and things that my stomach up. And I wanted to reverse it and get back to where I was.
Is her campaign sending the wrong message to fans? What do y'all think?
I don't think it's sending the wrong message to fans. You know, it's funny because the media and the fans have this thing with Lizzo. She's damned if she does. She's damned if she don't. If she don't exercise, she's fat and she's overweight. And why she's trying to make people think that being fat is cool. And then if she try to lose weight, people mad at her because we thought you was happy because you fat and we confused. Here's the thing, right? Body positivity, I'm all here for it. But I'm going to tell you something. I'm not buying the I'm happy to be fat thing. I'm just not buying it. I'm not buying it. You know, Monique ran that whole big girl, skinny girl, you skinny thing. That was her comedy shtick for years. She was so happy to be fat, and look at her now. I think all things constant, any person on this earth would want the most healthiest / socially acceptable body that there is. Now, don't get me wrong. I think everybody should love the skin that they're in, but I'm not buying this. I'm just so happy to be fat. I think if Lizzo had 2 sticks that she could rub together and be a damn Sports Illustrated model, her and my ass would do it tomorrow with the quickness.
Al, go ahead and say something politically correct.
Listen, no. I mean, I just remember Lizzo being the first full-figure woman to show her body and not afraid to do that and do it with confidence. And I just felt like that's what made her her. That's just what made her different to me in my mind and still be extremely successful. But I'm like Funky Dineva in this instance. I also feel like Lizzo, because of her touring schedule, because of her media schedule, she's starting to see what it feels like carrying all that weight around. And she's now thinking, hey, I'm tired when I eat certain things and I have it's hard for me to like bounce back. And so actually getting healthier is probably in her best interest. And that being healthy means that she needs to lose some weight.
We have a couple of YouTube comments. One says, leave Lizzo alone. Another one says, she can be a plus size, but still care about her health. I know people will come for people and say, why y'all thinking that just because someone's heavy, that doesn't mean that they're unhealthy? There's plenty of very unhealthy, skinny people run around the streets with these little bumps on their mouth. And that is very, very true. I will say this. Lizzo, I think Lizzo, the first time I saw her was at the BET Awards, she came out with that flute and I could not believe how she was moving and like her energy. She had dope ass stage presence. When I became sad with Lizzo is I felt like she had to do these things, getting online with the thong on, twerking and showing so much. And I felt like I didn't buy it either that she was happy. I felt like that was a cry for attention. Like, I'm okay. Like she was trying to convince herself. And I watched this interview with David Letterman and her over the weekend, and she's dope. She's a dope-ass, entertaining, talented woman. She don't need to do what the Instagram thoughts do. No, I mean, I'm not going to say no shade to the Instagram thoughts. Yes, shade. She doesn't need to do that. She could just get on a flute, on a piano, on an instrument, sing a song. She's dope as hell with that. And I feel like when women do that, and not just thick women, skinny women too, when y'all give us an overdose of that, it's not secure women that do that. If you secure, you can put on a t-shirt, a baseball hat and be like, I know I'm fine like this. Right. You know what I mean? I almost wish I was one of her friends so I could tell her like how bad she is without doing all that. Like, yo, start on these with a flute. That's all I'm saying.
You know, all right. It's weird. Before we move subjects, it's really weird because it's almost as if her weight overshadows her talent. You know what I'm saying? And it's funny because I've listened to a lot of heavier girls and they always complain about being portrayed in the media as the joke. I've always got to be the funny fat friend. I've always got to be the butt of the joke. And Lizzo's antics lends itself to a hurtful trope for that community. You know what I'm saying? It's a joke. You showing up at Lakers games, squatting, everyone's laughing at you and not with you. And we can debate later if a skinny girl would have done it, would have been considered sexy versus Lizzo doing it. That's a whole other debate. The reality of the situation is a lot of Lizzo's antics, in my opinion, are done for shock value. Thus, people treat her as a joke. You are super talented. Let your talent lead the way. Be a talented singer / flute player that happens to be a big girl, not a big girl that happens to know how to play the flute.
And to piggyback off that before we go to break, it annoys the hell out of me seeing all sizes of women doing that. I am so sick of everyone's go-to move being a twerk. You're just reduced to a twerk. You can sing, you got all this, I'm a bad I got businesses, I own hair companies, I'm on this show, I got this and that. But at the end of the day, you just bend over and shake your ass. And I'm like, congratulations, Peppa. You got an ass. We all have an ass. And I get so sick of women doing this. And call me what you want, call me a prude. I don't care what you call me. I really don't give a damn. I know I'm right. And I just think it's just like, why are we just like reducing ourselves to a shaking of an ass? And then on the other hand, want to be revealed, talked about as a queen, as I got this going on. I'm a baddie. Are you a baddie if all your skill, your go-to move is bending over, touching your toes, and shaking? We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back with more TGIF when we return.